So as though the last few videos that I did on my channel were not enough, it turns out that Lattafa continues to release banger after banger after banger. So this is actually a sister brand to Lattafa, but you can actually find it on Lattafa.com, which is crazy to me. So Lattafa as a company, and everybody knows Lattafa, incredible fragrances, incredible lasting power, beautiful presentations, really interesting DNA. Sometimes they go after more popular niche or designer fragrances. Well, here's a sister brand or a brand that falls under the Lattafa umbrella, as it were, and it's called Niche Emarati Perfumes. They also have another brand under the Lattafa umbrella called Astaf, and they have Maison Alhambra. There are so many brands that fall under the Lattafa umbrella. So if you know what you've gotten into with Lattafa perfumes, you pretty much have a concrete idea of what to expect from one of their sister brands. Let's go ahead and call it that. So this one is called Classic Stone, and this one is from the Lattafa subsidiary, let's call it that, Niche Emarati Perfumes. When you purchase this fragrance, it's going to come with this little booklet on the inside, and it says Niche Emarati Perfumes by Lattafa. So they're letting you know right off the bat, this is a Lattafa product. And when you open it up, it's actually a catalog of their releases. So you can look through it, and then you'll have a really good idea of what other fragrances are available within this line or within this collection, as it were. This way you can explore some of the other fragrances. They give you the note breakdown. So if this piques your fancy, and if you're intrigued by it, you can go ahead and check out some of these other fragrances. Now, this presentation for Classic Stone is absolutely gorgeous. The cap itself is metal. This is not plastic. I was actually quite surprised. This is metal. It's a very heavy cap, and it actually has a stone or a stone-like presentation here on the front. The bottle itself, and I'm throwing it over a glass table here, so I have to be cautious, it's very, very heavy. Distribution, nice and wide. I sprayed it away from me, and I can smell it. I'm going to keep it nice and simple for you today. Classic Stone is the brand's take on Althair by Parfum de Marly. However, it is a much, much spicier iteration. If you're familiar with Althair, you know there's vanilla, you know there's praline. Parfum de Marly has released a few sweet-leaning fragrances. Althair is one that is originally marketed for men, but it's quite androgynous in my opinion. The women also seem to really love it. Well, Classic Stone by Niche Emarati Perfumes by Lattafa is the brand's take on Althair. This is much spicier, and I actually also sprayed it inside the box before. And that is 100% what I'm getting from this fragrance. Now, I do want to show you how the bottle actually sits inside the box. And it has the outer sleeve, as I showed you before. And then, of course, this front piece can go on just like that. But you can actually display the perfume without this front piece here. So this is also quite rigid. The presentation and the attention to detail is quite noteworthy, if I'm being honest with you. What are you going to get from this fragrance? There is cardamom, there's saffron, there's cumin, there's also suede leather. And of course, saffron is used in the synthesis of a leather accord. So effectively, what you're getting here is a spicier take on Althair by Parfum de Marly. I get a bit of a vanillic vibe. I get a bit of a chocolatey vibe from this as well. You look at the note breakdown, and those notes might not necessarily be reflected in the note breakdown, but I'm telling you, you are inevitably and unquestionably going to get a sweet dry down from this fragrance. However, you have to deal with, and for some people, I think it's going to be a good thing, especially if you're a fan of spicy perfumes, you have to deal with that spicy opening. When I tell you this opens up very spicy, it opens up very spicy. There's an amalgam of spices in here. You're not just going to get a hint of cardamom and then poof, right? No, you're going to get saffron. You're going to get cardamom. You're going to get nutmeg. You're going to get cumin. I was also seeing it online getting compared to another fragrance by Fabbrica della Musa, which is, believe it or not, composed by Hamid Merati Kashani, who has worked on Parfum de Marly fragrances. It's an Italian brand. It's actually his wife's brand. And that fragrance has cinnamon in it. So you're also going to get cinnamon in this fragrance, whether it's listed in the note breakdown or not. You just have to trust me. This is a spice overdose. If you're not a fan of spicy fragrances, skip over this one. If you like your spices, if you don't mind saffron and cumin and cardamom and suede leather and cinnamon and all of the spices, if you're looking for a spicier take on Althair by Parfum de Marly, this is unapologetically bold. This is sensuality compounded with mysteriousness. It's funny because with Althair, I would say that's a great fragrance for a night out. It's sweet, you have the vanilla, the praline. It's great if you're hanging out with friends, you're going to a party, you're feeling a bit more laid back, a bit more playful. Both men and women can wear it very comfortably, in my opinion. This one, on the other hand, actually carries itself with a bit of an enigmatic touch. It's a bit more mysterious than Althair, and that mysteriousness is really brought to the surface on account of the spices. So again, if you're looking for a spicy and leathery take on Althair, that's what you're going to get here. None of those base ingredients from Althair have been diminished or dwindled or waned or taken away in any way. This is going to give you the same longevity, if not better than Althair. However, you're going to be dealing with a very different olfactive profile. So my suggestion and my recommendation to you would be this. If you're a fan of Althair because of the smell, please try this one. If you're a fan of Althair because of the mass appeal, then I don't know if I would recommend this one 100%. This is bold. It is bold, it's daring, it's charismatic. That spicy touch cannot be overlooked, right? So if you like the sweetness of Althair, you still have a very good reason to check this one out. However, if you're not a fan of spicy fragrances, I would say skip this one. There's so many Latafa fragrances that you can try in its place. For example, I just reviewed the new Fakar Platine. Citrus, ginger, aromatic lavender, a touch of guava, pink pepper, bergamot. It's so mass appealing. There's so many mass appealing fragrances from Lattafa. And I think, what is it called? Art of Nature? I think it's Art of Nature, which is their Althair impression. And I purchased that one as well, and it's phenomenal. So if you're looking for a very simple Althair fragrance, it's either Art of Nature or Art of Wood. I apologize for not remembering exactly which one it is, but I know Lattafa has like 1 million perfumes, right, in their database. But this is a spicier take on Althair. So it does lean in a bit more of an original direction, which I really appreciate. I always admire being exposed to novel olfactive landscapes. Let's put it like that. So in the case of this one, I love it, right? It's quite different from what I own, and owning this and Art of Wood wouldn't be redundant, right? If Art of Wood is indeed their Althair impression. So I really admire the fact that they took it in a more spicy direction with classic stone. And I also admire the fact that here we have a sister brand to Latafa, but one that is the same. It's on par, it's tantamount as far as the quality is concerned, as far as the manufacturing components are concerned. As a matter of fact, if you buy any of the Art of Wood, Art of Nature, Artisan Ethnique perfumes, it's the same box. It's the same quality of the box, same quality of the inner box as well. They might open a little differently, but you can tell everything is the same, right? So whether you're getting this or even Maison Alhambra, the quality as far as the juice is concerned is the same. This one, oh my God, gives me in the vein of 12 plus hours longevity. It is crazy. Longevity is actually a lot better than Art of Wood or some of these other fragrances. I am telling you, it is superb. If you're a fan of Althair, you're looking for a spicier take on it, please check this one out. I would still consider this one to be unisex. Althair, in my opinion, has been unisex from the start. I would still consider this one to be unisex. This is more of a dressed up fragrance. I don't know if I would wear this one casually. And in my personal opinion, I think this is better for the colder weather, especially if you're of a more Western sentiment where you like some of the more citrus and fresh and aromatic offerings. I think this one is, for an acquired taste. So try it. Although I know with Lattafa perfumes, it's kind of hard to just try them. You have to buy them, right? Especially given the affordability, you're not going to find them in a Macy's or Sephora, right? But especially this one, because it's not Lattafa. This one is Emarati Perfumes, but nevertheless, it's an awesome sister brand to Lattafa, owned by Lattafa. And if you can try this one, I would highly recommend you do so. Next, I'm going to be reviewing Dura, which is their peach-based offering. That's one that I acquired recently as well. I get a lot of peach from it, even though maybe it isn't this one because, yeah, it is this one. This is exactly the one that I have. But it's interesting because I don't see peach here. I see lychee. Nevertheless, I digress. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And listen, if you took anything of value from today's episode, I would really appreciate it sincerely if you would consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me. So thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.